Hey, what's up, world? This is the Kingdom of Israel, a BIPOC intentional community and indigenous micronation. Our big purpose is to bring together the 12 tribes of Israel as we go from an online community to a online intentional community. The links are in the description. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about what's going on, man, and our model for living, our model for life. In raising a standard, requires a certain change in culture. Just for the most part, a change in how you operate as a person. I think our low moral standard is really the problem with us as a people, as a community. Our low level of faith in God and our lack of principles has really crippled us as a people. Just like in slavery, it was taken all away from us. All of that, our culture, our traditions, all of it was taken away. And we've been, working hard to figure out who we are as a people. Our nationality was never given back to us. It was everything was just left up in the air. And, a lot of lies were told to keep us coming back from who we really are. But like I said, a lack of culture and a lack of tradition is what really crippled us the most as a people. I think, and all that, that's what, I'm sorry, my age everywhere. I'm sorry, but all that's what led to our current culture. Just a lack of faith, a lack of principles. Our moral standard is totally off. Most of the people nowadays, and I say this all the time, most of us just want to be thugs and hoes. A thug doesn't have a lot of responsibility. A hoe doesn't have a lot of responsibility, as far as being a role model. Some thugs and hoes may be, somewhat active in the community, somewhat, but without that role model for a standard of living, a role model for for behavioral norms, then we don't really have much to follow. If you're not gonna uphold a certain standard of just being a good person, then it doesn't matter what you do. Honestly, it don't matter. Because like I said, if the foundation is destroyed, faith and principles, if that's gone, then what do you really have left? I mean, everything you invent will be just given to another people. Everything you do, it'll be given to another people. You'll support another people. If you never turn towards your own and you never value your own, then you'll never have nothing. There will be no generational wealth for you at all. So, I mean, with this lack of just, what it really is a a low self-esteem. That's what it really is. Having our self-esteem broken down to a point to where it's so low, you know, slavery did a number on us, down to just where we were just very animalistic, man. Very animalistic. We were just, they broke us down real bad. But of course, like we have that one power. We have our power, God, the God of Israel. And that's what's really gonna turn it all around. So, you know what I'm saying? And having all this low self-esteem and just this type of culture that we've had for hundreds of years, man. We passed down negative habits, man. We've passed down negative traditions, just from being in slavery. Like our people still eat pork. They still believe in superstitions. Jumping over the broom, throwing salt on your back, and things like that. It's and other things too, like everybody in their own family has some type of curse. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of negative attribute that is passed down, through generations. You might, they may say, oh, you just like, you just like your grandpa, or he did such and such and such, It's just the same kind of habits that are being passed down. And, and that's just, a lot, like I said, a lot of it's because of slavery. Another thing is just, our people, well, our youth is being taught by, our enemies. We're not really teaching. The only time I really see that, we're teaching our own is, the HBCUs, or, there are some, I think there's some, I know there's some black high schools. I'm not too sure about the middle and elementary schools. But, let's say there were, it's still through, the programming of what the U.S. gives you to learn. You're still being programmed by their educational system. You have to be programmed by your own educational system, with our history, and real American history, not, the American history of, Columbus discovering America, all these lies and everything. We have to be taught, we have to teach our own youth and not leave it up to the hands of another. Because if we leave it up to the hands of another, we'll get exactly what we have now. And that's thugs and hoes. You just get brothers who want to kill each other because they can't get along. Women who backstab, lie on each other, and same goes for the men. The men act like women, the women act like men. And not having control over what our people learn and what our people take in. You know what I'm saying? It's destroying us, man. We're really in a tough spot that we really have to take accountability and responsibility and govern our own people. govern our own educational system. We have to teach our people the correct things, the way we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be thugs and hoes. I know that's what the white man wants us to be, or America wants us to be, but that's not us. That's not who we really are as a people. That's just us being fed all this junk, and we're just using it as a tool to survive. It's not really who we are. We're not, there's no people who really just want to be thugs and hoes, okay? Every man on earth has a book. Every nation on earth has some type of book or culture or some type of writings, and the Analects of Confucius, all kinds of stuff, all right? The Ethiopian Bible. Everybody got their own thing. Even the black man has his own thing. And, of course, ours is Israelite, the best culture on earth. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as we teach ourselves, man, that would really knock out a lot of stuff, man. It knock out a lot of negativity in governing our own people. That would knock out a lot of lack of respect. We regain respect. We regain our values, and we'd be control over what goes in and out of our children's minds. So that's, for the most part, the educational system has messed us up. After getting out of slavery, and movies done a big part. Propaganda has played a big role in shaping the minds of our people. Because like I said, man, and I've said this in other videos as well, America is going to push, it's going to fund what it wants you to be. And if you don't have a plan for yourself, somebody's going to make a plan for you. And that plan they give you it's not going to be to your benefit. America ain't looking for a win-win scenario. It's looking to get over on you like it's always has. So yeah, with the education being it's the way it is, and the propaganda, America funds this type of culture to keep us watered down. We've came up with America has pushed a tradition of slavery on us. That's basically what America's done. America has funded this culture, and America's funded this culture, and is basically creating a tradition of slavery. It wants us to continue to be slaves. That's why it's being pushed so hard, man. America wants to keep you as a slave. That's why it funds this culture, and it perpetuates this tradition of slavery. That's the beast. That's America. But it's all right. It's all right. Because as long as we have the God of Israel with us, we'll be all right, man. As long as we keep to our traditions and our culture, it'll keep us together. It'll keep us together. And tradition, man, tradition is just the passing down of knowledge, a pattern of thought, beliefs, a model for living. That's just all tradition is, that's, there's nothing wrong with tradition. I know, people who are fans of the New Testament don't really look good on tradition because of Sadducees and the Pharisees, and that's it's kind of backwards because the commandments themselves are is tradition. The commandments must be passed down. You know what I'm saying? That's tradition. So anybody telling you or that tradition is wrong, you need to watch that person. You need to watch that person because they really don't know what they're talking about. And and another thing is the New Testament was created by the Romans. So watch out when you bring out that New Testament. You need to know how to maneuver around that mug so you can dodge the hijack and then, really understand what them scriptures talking about. Because if you don't, then you'll end up worshiping an idol and you'll believe tradition is not worth anything. So, y'all be careful with that New Testament, man. It was created by the Romans, the Piso family. It's a doctrine, so if you worrying about doctrines of men, watch out for the New Testament. So so you know what I'm saying? All we need is to pick up tradition again. Keep the laws, keep God's law. That's our foundation for culture. That's our foundation for life and righteousness, the Torah. You know what I'm saying? And we do that, we'll never go back to slavery, man. We'll never go back to slavery. Because as it is right now, we're going, we're becoming extinct as a people. We're, it's the divorce rate, the abortion rate, and just think of any rate possible that's on our people, and it's high. The blood pressure rate, all of it, man. We're the genders not getting along. The male and female ain't getting along, and even in those genders is not getting along either. Brothers don't come together, sisters ain't coming together. So it's so we really as a people we really are going extinct, like really seriously. And I know y'all probably heard this 1,000,001 times, but the only thing that's gonna bring it back is God, man. That's it. That's the only thing that's gonna bring it back. Turn it all around. Is God's law. So with that, if God's law is going to turn it all around, right? Then that means you must be held accountable. That means that a standard for behavioral norms has been lifted. And I don't mean lifted in the sense that it's gone away. I mean lifted as in it's been raised. You want to raise your standard of your morals, man. You want to raise your culture, your standard of culture. Go from being a thug to a man of God. And with that, it's going to take self accountability. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable. And whatever you do wrong, that's going to be between you and God. For those who, like I said, right now we don't have a community. We don't have land as a people. So we have, you have to hold yourself, whether we're on land or not, you still have to hold yourself accountable. But, on a plot of land, people are going to hold you accountable, and me too. People are going to hold us accountable for, what we say and what we do and how we treat people. And, so just hold yourself accountable and push yourself to uphold the culture of your ancestors. Don't forget about the men and women that sacrificed for you to be here today. And I might have some kind of class on this because, the youth nowadays, people nowadays, just don't value their ancestors or all that work that was put in so they could get here. I don't ever hear nobody celebrating President's Day, okay? And I ain't gonna celebrate because, I'm not for America. I'm for my nation, Israel. So, and just, moving forward, pushing, forward, upholding the culture of our forefathers, it takes a sacrifice. And nothing's wrong with that. Either way you go, whether you're a evil person or a good person, you have to be evil, you have to sacrifice the good. To be good, you have to sacrifice the evil. And whether you're, whatever clique you're in or the secret society, whatever, you're an evil society, then, this statement goes both ways. There's honor and sacrifice, So if you're an evil person, the people who are evil with you, they're going to find it honorable that you're sacrificing these good, righteous things to be evil. Well, the same things for the good people. If you're a good person, then you sacrifice the evil things to do good. And, in your circle of good people, that's looked up as honorable to sacrifice evil for good. So, there's honor and sacrifice, so with that, honor your God, man. Drop Christianity and honor the God of Israel, and honor Israelites. Drop, being American and trying to go along to get along and being the pet slave they always wanted you to be. Sacrifice for your people. Sacrifice being American for being an Israelite. Sacrifice unrighteousness for righteousness. And if you can't do any of that, if you just can't find a reason to if the ancestors wasn't it to get you to move, if, sacrificing for your forefathers and your brothers and sisters, if that's not able to get you to move, then, hey, man, just do it for righteousness' sake then. Just do it just for the sake of being a good person, for the sake of just being righteous. Do it for righteousness' sake. And, with that, I hope you guys got, some wisdom from this. I hope, if you don't get any wisdom from this, I hope it motivates you to become a better person, to follow God's law. And, with each individual that takes a step forward to do what God wants them to do, we're that much more closer to getting out of slavery. So, you guys, I hope you got something out of this. This is the Kingdom of Israel, BIPOC Intentional Community, and the Indigenous Micronation. Our big purpose is to bring together the 12 tribes of Israel as we go from a online community to a on-land community. And you guys have a good one, okay? Shalom.